Hi guys, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are here in Mudika's temple, and we're about to talk to the acolyte, I guess. So, still hearing murmurs and chants on the outside of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway, and I figured I should probably go into the chamber alone because I'm the only one who has a mask. And I'm just gonna hope that nothing terrible is gonna happen and I'm gonna die a gruesome death. And if I do, I can always reload. So yeah, guys, wait outside and I'll go in there. You open the door and stride into the chamber. Striding. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. I want to see the statue. The woman turns toward you. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice and in the sudden silence of the others in the chamber. Whoopsie.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now.
How do you
State
know
your
I am?
name and purpose.
So the option is to do the sensible thing, and that is the passphrase that the other initiate gave us. My name belongs to the gods and my hand to the service. Or mutter indistinctly. Or none of your business. Or maybe later. And I'm gonna do the legitimate thing. Although I am tempted to go with the mutter indistinctly option.
What company do you seek?
I seek the company. Is that an offer? The option 2 is that an offer? Wink wonk. I seek the company of shadows, that our labors may remain secret.
Tell me of your labors.
Attack, I'd rather show you. No. To see the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried.
How do we know your purpose?
I asked you first. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath on my soul.
And how is your oath guarded?
I've had enough of this. No, it is sealed by the leaden key.
Welcome, attendant. Tell me of your exploits.
In your mind you see a building, magnificent, with trellises and tiles, and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin.
Does he wait still?
Yet it also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted by his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. The acolyte's question echoes in your mind, and that's the question: does he wait still? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Did they arrive?
The acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads, Durford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruin suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. Did they arrive? No.
Your information shall be relayed. Now, for your next task.
The ruins fade from your mind, and in their place is a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Rundown estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Severed shapes sprawl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. That's Heritage Hill! Rundown estates, cemetery, and an ancient tower. That's Heritage Hill!
Stop him. And above all, don't let him meet her.
Meet who? Ooh, I'm intrigued. The acolyte shows you a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper, but then she shows you the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. The command comes to your mind, a surprising familiarity about it. You know how to open the door. I shall! Her hand rests lightly on your head. Have you any questions, attendant? No, I know the vision of the ruins. Oh no, that's the other two visions, isn't it? Show me the prisoner? Yes, okay. Okay, so the wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coins. I'm guessing that's, what's it called? Brackenbury? Or am I making that up? But I think that's what it sounded. It also houses misery and madness somewhere within its rotten core. It's a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. The prisoner by choice. I want to say it might be one of the Dumanels. If it is indeed Brackenbury where we're looking, we might be completely wrong. But it's the blessed and learned, the wealthy and learned, and the sanitarium is in Brackenbury, which are learned people. And Copper Lane does have the scribes, but it's not that wealthy, is it? It might be wealthy. It might be wealthy. But the Brackenbury is definitely wealthy because that has the Dumanels who are wealthy. And the Dumbledore and her people are wealthy. And the Raymonds, or whatever their name was, so they're wealthy. And it has a sanitarium, which is the learned people. So I'm guessing it's something there, and I'm gonna have to find out what it is. Now, could I see the vision of the ruins again? Durford. Isn't that the place where Pelagiana wants me to go? I might be wrong about that, but I think it is. I have to check my journal to be sure, but I think that's where Pelagiana wants to go. And then there's a ruin in the mountainside. Okay, gonna have to check that out too. And the man in the tower, I know exactly where that is. I don't even have to think about that. Can I be pokey? What is this place? This is what remains of the Temple of Boudica. The acolyte shows you a grand structure surrounded by the faithful. The fires of revolution destroyed everything above us and left the remains abandoned. Perfect for our purpose. And who are you? I am the acolyte. That is all you need to know. Alright, thank you, and bye-bye! Ooh, new quest, through Death's Gate, in Durford Village. Undying Heritage, find the tower. I know exactly where the tower is. And the other one? The man who waits, find the place of misery and madness. Never far from the Queen, that's the main plot quest theme. Fun! What does my journal say? I want to know what my journal says. Oh no, it's Twin Elms. Whoopsie. Are they tasks or no? Oh, they're main quests. Find this neighborhood. Huh. I know exactly where that is. Alright. Can I talk to these people? Hello! Okay, I can. Okay, bye.
Sure.
What's this? Can I do something with it? Hi, guys! Okay. Ooh! Ooh! It is a secret. Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away. What? Among the tunnels of wax. Oh, the runnels, not the tunnels. Whether by design or by consequence of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. Well...
Hello.
Hello? Where does this lead? Where will I come out? Oh! The steward of Katnua has received a letter for me. Bergen's battery. Speak to the steward. That would mean going
You work
back.
for the Dukes of the Valian Republics, huh?
For as
A
long
moment,
as they will
please.
allow.
I
Must
feel
be
I
nice
should
always
explain
knowing who you're
myself.
supposed to serve.
Well, there are 5 of them, but even
Yes?
so, knowing who is easier than knowing how.
Aloth wants to talk to me. I like it. Will he finally tell me what's going
Yes?
on with the outbursts of different voices?
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
That's an understatement. I feel that is rude, but that's what Darian would say. He clasped his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul.
Oh.
But, unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
I knew there were 2 people in his head. I knew it, and I was right. Wait, herself? It's a very angry lady. I like it. I like it. It's a very angry, cursing British lady. I love it. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Iselmyr. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Oh, baby, it's okay. Tell me about her. Tell me about Iselmyr.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties.
I love her. She's kind of
She
cool.
wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen.
She's awesome.
Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
Oh my god, they're so awesome. They're so different. It's so great. He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of her memories. Barath spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable Heil-speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge a situation, she just acts. Sounds like you take a few cues from her. Cues or vulgarisms? He rolls his eyes and crosses his arms over his chest. I've had to live with that hayseed for years. There's nothing to be learned from her. Nothing civilized, anyway. He frowns, looking away. Oh, why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why.
Oh, yeah,
You
that
need
makes
to be
sense.
careful.
Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although,
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting. Oh.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study
Yes,
and cure of
sanitarium.
soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
Yes, of course. If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Oh. Let's talk about something else. Tell me more about her. Such as, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Iselmyr manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. She's looking out for you! Oh. I'm sorry, I just really like Iselmyr. I like it when he has his, like, potty-mouthed outbreaks. You said that you'd learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Iselmyr proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Merwold is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Oh. Can I talk directly to her? He gives you a taut frown. His patience are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Yes, I understand that. Let's discuss something else indeed, and that's all. Oh my god, this is so awesome! I've been wondering when we would hear why he's doing his little outbursty things, and now we know! I kind of want to go to the sanitarium first now because we're there, and it's a burden on him. But I also kind of want to go to Heritage Hill. But in the sanitarium, we might find the other person, or not in the sanitarium itself, but in the in Brackenbury. So let's go to Brackenbury, because I still think that must be the neighborhood that I'm looking for. So let's see. Yes, it is Brackenbury. I was right. I wasn't sure there. For a couple of minutes, I was like, I've been spending several episodes in this city now. It's been like 10, 15 episodes? I have no idea. I have no idea where I am with my count anymore. It's just like, oof, it's all a blur. But I'm still not done with Defiance Bay. It's just a freaking large city. So, let's see. Let me see again what it says. The man who waits. Place of misery and madness. Wait, it said the gods will know of it. I have to talk to the gods. You're a god. No. Where are the mad kept in Defiance Bay? Only place around here that takes them in is Brackenbury Sanitarium, which is coincidentally where I wanted to go anyways. I've heard they can treat your soul there, take the madness away, but there's just as many stories coming out of the place that I'll chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, Iselmyr there. He's head warden. If you're visiting or checking yourself in, he's the one to talk to. Well then. I know exactly where the cemetery one is, so that's not even a question. I don't even have to ask that. But, sanitarium it is! Woohoo! This is the sanitarium, isn't it? Sometimes I just get terribly, terribly lost. But I think this is it. Yes, I was right. Oh, the warden!
Good day, stranger.
Hello. So does anyone here know anything about awakenings? That's probably the question for Aloth, whereas the member of the Leaden Key question is that one. Iselmyr groans and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own. But a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it? They're up to something, and I'm trying to determine what. They have something I need. Yeah. They are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animances. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. And does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Revua to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Belasage. Belasage? Belasage? No, whatever. Question the animancers about suspicious activity. Well, you're not very useful. You're a noble. You're a noble. You're an animancer. Can I talk to you? He straightens his robes and gives me a nod. Well, that's very useful. Ooh. I did not mean to zoom. I did not mean to zoom this far out. We see quite a few Brackenbury locals for treatment. It helps fund our research. Feel free to look around. You might... The Animance's hearing should be over any day now. Our future is in the hands of the Duke. Blah, blah, blah. That's a soul. We've had all the souls in here. Anyone? No one? Okay. Anyone? Yes. Hello.
Good day to you.
A bald man with a crooked nose gestures in demonstration over the still body of a patient before a small gathering of interested onlookers. Feeling your gaze, he pauses his discussion. Have you come to sit in? I'd like to know more about the sanitarium. He gives an eager nod. It's the mission that attracted me here. The treatment of the disturbed. No one else seems to care about them. Here, they've worked wonders for them. I've seen people cured of insatiable hungers and uncontrollable urges. I've seen the crippled walk and the dysphoric smile, all within these walls. The thought that the Duke could put an end to it with a single order keeps me up nights. No, I want to keep talking to you. Where did the question go? What is it you do here? Close as we are to the Grandfather Wilds, we get a number of Bewick maimings every year. Survivors dealing with complications from exposure. This fellow here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I'm early in my research, only beginning to understand how they work, but in time I hope to find a way to protect people from the storm's effects.
Well met, friend.
Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise. Well, you've been utterly useless. But you're the only one. Or I probably have to talk to the guys downstairs as well. Okay. This is a very exciting new development, the stuff with Aloth. I really enjoy that. Hello? Okay, she's the one I want to talk to about Aloth. But I'm gonna... Oh wait, there's a person in there. I'm sorry, Ripley.
Gods keep you.
A young Orlan woman traces her fingers along the spines of the books in front of her. Row by row, her motions quick and skittish, like a bird's. She does not notice you until you are nearly upon her. Oh my! You startled me. Are you supposed to be in here? I am investigating any suspicious activity in the sanitarium. Oh, I'm just Master Az's assistant. He'd know more about that, but he's in the middle of an busy with some patients. You won't be able to see him until he comes out from the patient ward. If there's nothing else, I need to get back to work. Is Azu busy with patients, or is he running some sort of experiment, which was the first thing you wanted to say? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. He's running an experiment. How do I get into the patient ward? Only Master Azo has access. I guess Head Warden Iselmyr does too, but he's, a statue now. Well, he's gonna get me access, alright. What do you do here? I mostly help Master Azo set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized, since he's too busy to do it himself. Thank you. Can I steal all your stuff? Ooh, a note from Azo. Ripley, I require more copper tubing for my next experiment. Do not requisition it from the sanitarium stores. I don't have the time to deal with the head warden's inevitable questions. I'm sure if I show this to dude, whatever his name, ooh. Sagani returns to Stronghold with 1,460 experience and money. Spoils wait in the Great Hall of Treasury Chest. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, there was something else here.
I see where you're going with that.
Ooh. Northward patient record. Batiksa, the Pale Lady. Subject is female, mid-40s, awakened to a past life as a serial murderer, which now frequently emerges as the soul's dominant personality. Subject vacillates between violence and severe depression resulting from guilt of past deeds. Weak candidate for present research. Yikes! What the hell? I should probably read them all first. So Northward patient record Graham. Subject is male, approximately early 30s. Powers of speech absent, presumably as a result of the overfragmentation of his soul. As such, he is the ideal subject for present research. However, experimentation has caused severe pain and induced panic, and I have had to enlist the aid of the guards in transporting him for more recent procedures. That's the lady. Northward patient record Idleman, the Midnight Man. Subject is male, mid-20s, displays acute dissociation and paranoid delusional tendencies, causing anger and extreme violence. Dangers of working with the subject preclude possibility for further use in present research. Northward patient record Usgrim. Subject is a male, approximately 17 years of age, admitted for episodes of catatonia followed by occasional violent outbursts. Initial analysis of soul reveals severe fragmentation and essence deficiency. Said deficiency all but eliminates the possibility of utilizing the subject in present research. And what was my journal update? Talk to Iselmyr about Aso. Cadman Aso was absent from his office, and he's evidently been running some secret experiments. I should take this up with the head warden. Whether this is connected to the Lead and Keys operations remains to be seen. Yes, it will. But it probably does. But while I'm down here, I'm also going to talk to this lady because of Aloth. I'm looking for an expert on awakening. She laughs bitterly. That would be me. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animancy's success in butt-pressing... This is probably not the right word. This probably had nothing to do with butts. In buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose soul have already awakened, but I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. You're lucky! I have a volunteer! She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Good Lord, who is it? Oh, Aloth's lips curled into a frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. I beg your pardon. Yeah, I don't want Aloth to get in trouble. I jest. You adherents are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So, I need you to sit here. She takes Aloth by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. This reminds me of going to the dentist once. And she wanted to take an X-ray, I think it was, of my wisdom teeth, and so she had to put this brace in. And she told me to relax my tongue. And the more she told me that, the more stressed my tongue got, and nothing worked. This is how I feel Aloth will probably be feeling right about now. Indeed. His eyes are humorless. Yes, I know the feeling, Aloth. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Aloth's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, baby, it's okay. Now I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long chambered tube. Knobs, dials, and small-toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Adra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. Oh, I read that in my voice, I'm sorry. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting, Kana says. I've never seen this sort of thing performed. Kana peers at the device with interest. It seems suitably complicated. Adair's like, does this mean we'll get to talk to Iselmyr more? I like that lady. I am completely with you on that one, Adair. She's amazing. She raises a finger. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Palladino's like, good luck. You'd have an easier time getting straight answers out of a drunk priest of Whale. Aloth squirms on the couch. Very well. Bella Sage holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. This is really awkward. We're going probing into Aloth's soul while everyone is standing around in the room is like, tell us everything, Aloth. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the Sithwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. Oh, I'm so sorry. Talk about your parents. Talk about your parents. As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Oh. Bella Sage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. Yeah, I keep thinking, why can't she help with her gift as a watcher? Oh well. Aloth closes his eyes. Mother is away most of the time, with the Thanes family, but I always know when she's coming home. Father's bottles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon. His fists of temper become swifter and more violent. It still shames him, knowing that her hemnig to another man supports us better than his labors as a steward. Okay. This is good! I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother's home. I can let my guard down a little because when she's around he's usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles. That my flame shields are unstable. He's furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. Oh. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I'm sweeping the kitchen, the next I'm sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to sheath my vitals, but it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Oh my god, Aloth! Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. His jaw locks, and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Maldito! Bella Sage furiously cranks the knobs along the scope. He's hypnotized himself with his old memory. You've got to bring him out of it. Quickly, I almost have it. Oh. Squeeze Aloth's hand. Will this work? Please work. Aloth's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. He's near safe when I hop upon him. Ah! Bella Sage just sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it! I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over the scope. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. She. What brought you here? I can't do Iselmyr's voice. Cracking bones and voices high in ire. What warm molasses feeling that crisps down your gut when your crisis is nigh. That's different. Perfetto! We have flares of a totally distinct essence. She just shorthand notes onto the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob of her scope. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Who do I talk to, Iselmyr or Aloth? Aloth? Ask Iselmyr what she's doing. Aloth's face twists in fury. Sticking weed? Worming parasite? He bursts into sudden laughter. You'd say the same to your own kindled twig when it betrays you. Adair grins. Must be hard to avoid knowing there's a lady in your body the whole time judging you. This is both hilarious and terribly sad, and I'm very conflicted about this. Good. Yes, very good. Bella Sage rests from her scribbling only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can now see two separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It is as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. She prompts you with a circling of her wrist, quill still in hand. Go on. Iselmyr, what exactly are you taking from him? Nigh more than I'm giving. You should ask what I did that old man of his. How the last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. She's awesome but terrifying. Aloth's head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you, and damned if I let your ninnying drag us both through the scupper. I'm sorry if I'm completely butchering this accent. It's very difficult. Ah, very good. Bella Sage lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. Does that mean we can let Aloth go now? I'm very worried about him. I've tracked Iselmyr's essence throughout the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their argument, and her essence seemed to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right around the spleen, which, of course, means that she's triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Oh. Aloth blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horse shit. How gracious, Pelagina says. Bella Sage glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation. Aloth's right, that's absurd. Iselmyr obviously shows up when he feels threatened, or if you're right, then removing Aloth's spleen should cure him. No, we were not removing his spleen. You're close. I think Iselmyr's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble for Aloth. or Iselmyr manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. Let's go with 3. I want to reinforce what Aloth feels, because I feel like he needs some agency here. Bellaseja carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Aloth. I suppose that could be true. She jots another note. I'll have to check this again. Just other research. He removes the copper bends. Well and good for you, but what does this mean for me? Bellaseja frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. The options are, Iselmyr tries to take control from you when she thinks you can't face a problem on your own. You can't let her make these decisions for you. Or 2, she did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. Or 3, it seems that Iselmyr steps in when she determines that you're in danger. It's not clear yet whether this is help or hindrance. Oh god! Oh god. So the first option obviously is one of confrontation, of basically Aloth fighting Iselmyr for control. You can't let her make these decisions for you. You need to make those decisions. You need to stop her to make these decisions. Second option is communication. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. And third option is like, we don't know. It's a mystery. She did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help. I personally do think she's trying to help, and I also do think they should probably communicate. Because I think confrontation and fighting over Aloth's body won't help. I'm gonna go with dialogue here. If you had to listen to her half as much as I do, you wouldn't say that. Oh, I'm sorry. He scowls, but you notice something thoughtful in his frown. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Darian. He does not look at Bellaseja. She sets her notes on her desk and returns to her scope. I hope this has been as useful to you as it has been to me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of Revua. Venture, Aloth. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've... Oh, no, that's her! Advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Bellaseja is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He is just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this. Especially not after her nonsense. See, the deal is, normally I would go with the scientist and say like, no, you got your explanation, and so she gets her research. But since I'm going to be traveling with Aloth, and I really, really like him, he's really, really a great character, I'm gonna go on board with him. Fair enough, but do it quietly. He hides the papers in his cloak. Not to worry, we'll see to this on our own. Oh, this was an exciting episode. I am very excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. Jesus, I've lost 424 coppers to bandits. That's a lot. Sagani, you want to go on something? Yes, go. Have fun. Bring me home some treasure, baby. So yeah, this was a very exciting episode for me to learn so much new stuff about Aloth and to meet Iselmyr properly, and this is really, really cool. And since there was so much happening, I think I can, in good conscience, call this a day for this episode. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed my horrible impressions of weird accents, leave a comment and a like, and I will see you again next time when we continue playing Pillars of Eternity. Bye!